Hello there, Ray Amati, the Next Level Real Estate Broker, and I'm extremely excited to present you this video because we are sharing the agent count in the company as well as the astronomical stock growth that we had recently. On top of that, I'd love to share with you the property that we just sold and represented both the seller and the buyer in the transaction. And on top of that, the most anticipated and one of the best projects of the year, M2 Town. Stay tuned. First of all, let's take a quick look at the agent count. We are over 32,270 agents in the company, which is absolutely crazy because 12 months ago, we were only about 20,000. So we grew over 50% in just 12 months. And what's crazy on top of that is today, our stock price went over $20 per share, which means that the total market evaluation for the company is over $1,260 million, which is absolutely insane. Who could imagine just 3 months ago that we would be over $1.26 billion when we were trading only at $8.40. So we grew over 2.5 times in just 3 months. And that is because of the value that is added to all the real estate agents. Again, congratulations to all EXP agents who hold the shares of the company, who've almost tripled the value of their stock. Congratulations. And huge shout out to every single icon agent in the company who's getting their $16,000 cap back in the form of company stock. Great choice for all the agents who've chosen to be enrolled in the 5% program, where 5% of your gross commission check is attributed to 10% discount of the company stock, which means that every time you sell a home, you buy a home for your client, 5% of your commission is bought the stock of the company at the 10% discount. Now that is a no-brainer, right? The stock's trading at $20, you're given at $18. And before, when it was trading at $10, you're given at $9, which is extremely great offer for all the agents. And that is why we have such a high retention rate. Now, that is it for the agent count. Let's take a look at the property that we just sold. Now, before we actually go into look into details of the transaction, I'd like to point out that it was a private deal, off-market, exclusive listing. You've heard those things, exclusive listings, off-market. Well, we've done quite a few of them, and this is one of them. The property was located in Vaughan at 100 Lower Mill Gate, and the seller of the property was one of my clients from the past. And I knew that they wanted to sell, cash out, and move on to their next house that they purchased from the builder. And their closing date had already taken place, so they really were carrying 2 properties. And they told me, Ray, you can sell this house without being on the market. That would be great. And I asked him why. Well, he said, I have my brother and I have my family live in the house, and I really don't want 10, 20, 30, 40 people come through in and out with all the showings in the evenings and the weekends to accommodate everyone. Plus there is COVID going on. We just want to be sold and have everyone in the family be comfortable and most importantly healthy. I told him, Mr. Seller, I totally understand what are you going through. In fact, I have just the right buyer for you. He said, you do? I said, yes, we do. We work with a number of qualified buyers who are looking to buy in the next 30 to 60 days. He said, then bring them by. And by that time, we've already been working with a great buyer. We've already built a really good relationships. We've already showed him a few other homes, which he likes, but wasn't prepared to make an offer. I knew what he wanted. I knew where he wanted, and I knew his price range. He wanted a detached home, 2-car garage, 4 bedrooms with a finished basement so he could potentially rent it out and help with the mortgage. And any home that I would show him, he would say, I don't like it, or it was out of his price range, or the size was just right. but the seller's house was just the right home. And I called the buyer right away. Next thing you know, on a Saturday evening, we booked an appointment, and buyer brought the whole family. So we were a bunch of people in the house. Definitely they were interested because I had told them all about the house. And they took their time. We were on the house about 35-40 minutes. They went, looked at the main floor and the second floor and the basement. And they said, we like the house. I said, great. He's like, how much? I said, that's a good question. Let's go and talk about the price. So that evening we sat down and we talked about the prices. How much have properties sold for in the area, and how much the properties are for sale. And the range was really between 1.2 to 1.3 million. And seller knew about it and the buyer knew about it. However, the buyer wanted to get a really good deal. So he said, I want to start at 1.2. I said, are you sure? He's like, yes. I took the buyer to the seller at 1.2 million. He said, Ray, you know this is not enough. I want closer to 1.25, closer to 1.3. I said, I understand. This is just the starting point. This is just the beginning. I said, okay, then let's sign it back. We signed it back at 1.275. And when the buyer looked at it, he laughed. He said, no, 1.275 is not gonna work. So what we did is that we improved our offer to 1.215. And he told me, this is my best offer. I said, all right. I took it to the seller and I said, this is what the buyer told me. And plus he removed all his conditions. So now if you were gonna sell, you're gonna be on the market, you're not gonna have any other showings, and you can have a peace of mind that you got a good price and it's sold. And he said, let me think about it. He went and talked to his wife, and talked to his parents, talked to his family members who lived in the house. And then he came back to me. He said, the lowest that I will do is 1.225. That is it. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. By that time, I knew that the buyer would accept it. And when I took it to the buyers gave me such a hard time because they were thinking, because it's off the market, it should really sell significantly less than what's on the market. I told them, no. Just because it's off the market, it doesn't mean that it's cheaper. It just means that you're not competing with any other buyers when there are multiple offers that are taking place everywhere. So what happened is that we ended up making a deal at $1,225,000. The buyers were happy, the sellers were happier that they've sold off the market, and then we just recently closed and both parties are extremely happy. I wanted to say a big congratulations to both buyer and the seller. Great transactions. I'm really happy with it. And before actually we move on, I'd like to ask to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. That is definitely gonna help me to grow it and bring you actionable content like today. Ray Ahmadi, the next level broker, presenting to you M2 Towns in the south of Vaughan Metropolitan Center, in one of the best locations in the heart of Vaughan. Highway 400 on the west side, Highway 407 on the south side, Highway 7 on the north side, and Jane Street on the east side. You are surrounded by the best amenities that Vaughan has to offer. The new subway station, the new YMCA, and of course the price range that is in the $600,000 to $700,000 range. M2 Towns is a new townhome development by great developer Menkes near Jane and Highway 7. It is the only townhome project in the Greater Toronto Area in 2020 located by the subway. M2 Towns will comprise of 2 and 3 bedroom stacked options located at the heart of VMC, reinforcing the rarity of transit-oriented townhouses. So you may ask yourself, why M2 Towns? Why? Located at Commerce and Interchange Way in the heart of brand new Vaughan Metropolitan Center, steps to the new subway stations that it connects you to downtown Toronto with just half an hour, and also close to multi-billion-dollar redevelopment of a brand new downtown that will include new offices, new hotels, entertainment district, convention centers, and much more. Incredible opportunity to invest in emerging downtown before it is developed. And if you have any questions about the project, the pricing, the floor plans, the incentive, and the project structure, let me know below. Thank you. Bye.